Welcome to one of the most advanced regions in Eurasia and probably in the world. This extreme park was recently opened here, making many people using social media think that this was filmed somewhere in California. But it is not in California. Where is it then? We continue our broadcast from the local historic fortress, which has long been designated as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It has a famous leaning tower, as if we were somewhere in Pisa, Italy, a Muslim Kul Sharif mosque, as if we were somewhere in the fabled Arabia, and an Orthodox Christian cathedral of the Annunciation, as if we were somewhere in northern Russia. But they are native to this place, which is also a part of Russia, the Kremlin of Kazan, the capital of a fascinating Russian Republic of Tatarstan. It is here in Kazan that we will announce today the laureates of the Global Energy Prize 2021. The prize is registered with the Global Energy Association, its members being Gazprom, Surgutneftegas and Rosseti FSK UES. I'm Sergei Brilov, the president of the association, which, despite the coronavirus, has got things to report. But first, let us share some background information. It was at the 2000 Russia-European Union Summit that this prize for outstanding discoveries in the field of energy was announced. Since then, the prize has been awarded to 42 scientists from 15 countries. It is no coincidence that Global Energy is the only Russian prize included in the world's top 100 most prestigious awards according to the IRIC International Observatory. And an important figure. The annual prize fund totals 39 million rubles, which, as of today, equals $522,000. But now, the Global Energy Prize has entered a new stage, and it is a qualitatively new stage. The famous griffin is, of course, a mythical creature which has got the body of a lion, but also the wings and even claws of a bird. It's one of the symbols of this city, and it symbolizes the reunification of the earth and the sky. And it's towards the sky that our signal is being transmitted by satellite. And our signal is being captured by Russia's news network called Russia 24, a South American network called Visión Canaria, but also the United Nations television. Now, why the United Nations? This creature is a real one. It's a whale. It was filmed near the Shanta Islands in the Pacific Ocean. Earlier this month, we launched on our website and social media, please visit them, our joint projects with the Russia's Far Eastern television reporters, how to make the Pacific Ocean a comfortable place for whales and tankers to coexist. The Global Energy Association is committed to the UN Sustainable Development Objectives, and this year, despite the pandemic, we have made a record in expanding our geography in a truly United Nations way. Just compare. If before we received 39 nomination applications, last year, which was a transitional one, there were twice as many, 78. This year, we had as many as 106 applications on the long list. As we said, our geographical coverage is also growing. The year before last, we received applications from a dozen of countries, last year from 20, and this year from 36 countries. As you can see, all indicators have doubled, if not tripled. And in addition to the traditional golden billion from Western Europe and North America, we have for the first time ever applications from Eastern Europe, the Middle East and Africa, and in Latin America. What have they been driven by? June of this year, our session at the St. Petersburg Economic Forum. The panelists included Alexander Novak, Russia's Deputy Prime Minister in charge of the energy sector, heads of our association's member companies, and also our new partner for special projects, Rushydro, energy ministers of Saudi Arabia and Qatar, Nobel Prize laureates, including the chairman of our International Award Committee, Rek Chung from South Korea, and of course Angela Wilkinson, Secretary General of the World Energy Council, headquartered in London.
Community, and the message is energy for humanity. It's been the same message for 100 years, and we seem to forget it sometimes. We like to talk about technologies or resources or investment, but what we really need is an energy transition which is for people and planet.
It is in St. Petersburg that the World Energy Council will be holding its own World Congress next year. We are involved as well. But already this year, we presented there our second report entitled 10 Breakthrough Ideas in Energy for the Next 10 Years. And for the second time in a row, 800 quotes in world mass media, including a new region for us, Latin America, where we now have a new member of our board of trustees, the two-time Uruguayan ex-president Julio Maria Sanguinetti, to whom I complained that we do not have enough applicants from his region so far. Now, my other tragedy is that we are talking about all of this and about sustainable development with the pandemic, the COVID in the background. Can we talk about sustainable development under the circumstances?
More than ever. Today, more than ever, we can talk about sustainable development.
This year, however, we've already had a lot of applications from Africa, owing, by the way, to another new member of our board of trustees from the developing world.
The Global Energy Prize have double the number of nominees comparison with last year, and also they are covering a very wide domain of research and innovation in the conventional, non-conventional, disrupting technology. So all this will contribute highly to the level of research and development in the energy price worldwide. I would like to congratulate the Global Energy Prize for this very exciting 2021 edition, and I wish all a very good success. Thank you so much.
But let's get back to Russia. Here at the City Hall of Kazan, any minute now we'll have our ceremony starting, but as the last preparations are being completed, let us tell you a bit more about what we've accomplished in this last year. Winter, the Global Energy established its own honorary diploma that is awarded to veterans of energy industry together with a prize of 1 million rubles after tax. Its first laureate is academician Maslov. Congratulations. And this is spring, Oil and Gas Forum in Khanty-Mansiysk in Siberia. We held another session there and renewed our ties with the Russian scientific community. What was the outcome? The number of applications received from Russia has sharply increased as well. One of them came from Tatarstan. How could it not? The famous Romashkina oil field in Tatarstan. It became a second Baku for the USSR during World War II. Today, Tatarstan is a major oil-producing region, which, however, is increasingly looking to use oil for the production of petrochemicals. On the Kama River, a whole new oil refining cluster is developing in full swing. Actually, it was back in the Soviet years, when Kamaz automobile plant was founded here, that they thought, why waste fuel oil by burning it if you can generate electricity from renewable sources? And this is the gorgeous Nizhny-Kamsk hydroelectric power station. It was built long before everyone got concerned about CO2 emissions as the cause of climatic changes. Now joining us is our beloved chairperson of our International Committee, Rae Chung, Nobel Prize laureate from South Korea. Good afternoon, Dr. Chung. It's a pity you can't be with us because of the coronavirus restrictions. Let's remind our viewers about some of the rules. Now, self-nominations are not allowed, and also in order to propose a candidate, you've got to have proper scientific credentials, right?
Yes, there are enough such people around the world. We received more than 100, in fact 106 recommendations in total. For the traditional energy, we received 34 nominations. And for non-traditional energy, we received 45 nominations. And for the new ways of energy application, we received 27 applications.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that this time round, we only have new names on the shortlist. In other words, there's no such thing as an informal queue in order to get the prize, right?
Yes, all those 106 scientists recommended were completely new candidates. Not a single person was carried over from the list of the past.
The International Award Committee, chaired by Mr. Chung, is comprised of 24 global energy gurus, as we say in the association. They met before our broadcast, this year online, and reviewed the shortlist. They could award the prize to a maximum of 3 and a minimum of 2 nominees. Their decision will be announced very soon. Well.
Ну что ж, сейчас мы переносимся в Казанскую ратушу, где вместе с нами президент Республики Татарстан Руслан Галич Миниханов. Здравствуйте, Руслан Галич. Представлю вам
I would
членов
like to
Международного
introduce you
комитета, которые
the
доехали до
members
Казани.
of the International Committee who are here in Kazan, representative of Hungary, Marta Bonifert, hello, and Dmitry Basarabov,
наш соотечественник, но
our
работающий
compatriot who is working now in the South African. Mr. President, well, really, carbon energy or renewable energy sector? It's important for the Republic, I guess.
We do not reject carbon energy. It's not just energy, but it's a valuable raw material for petrochemicals. Our republic is a petrochemical republic, and at the same time, we are developing this direction further. The question of renewable energy is very important, and today we have a new development in this direction because our republic is a car product producing hydrogen fuel for cars, and all these questions are very important. But the level of carbon economy and renewable economy is slightly different. Our country is a special one. We have such climatic zones which are related to the batteries, or even in Europe found itself in a very complicated situation and is not using just renewable sources of energy. That's why it should be balanced. Technologies will move ahead. And the fact that we will transit to renewable energy, to renewable resources, is the correct way. Every year, the number of carbon hydrogen deposits will be depleted and will be a most valuable product for petrochemical and chemical industries. That's why both directions are very interesting for us, and we will work in both directions in parallel. Well, it's a very interesting moment, the world transition, and it's a very discussable point. And starting from 2 years ago, we are giving 2 prizes: traditional energy sources, non-traditional energy sources. And there are 2 nominations and maximum 3 nominations. Now I would like to ask Marta, as a member of the International Committee, so how many nominations have been awarded?
This year, I would like to say that it was an exceptional year. And we have actually chosen laureates from all 3 nomination categories. I also have to say that the discussion was very lively, very vibrant, and very long. But it was because the quality and also the significance of the candidates' work was exceptional. You will see it later. Thank you.
Спасибо, Марта. Ну что ж, давайте начнем с
Thank
традиционной
you very much,
энергетики.
Marta. Let's start with the traditional energy. And this is how the short list looked like before the International Committee had to choose the nominees.
Conventional energy nomination. Sunil Kakal, Saudi Arabia, for research experience in sustainability and enhanced oil recovery. Amit Goel, USA, for groundbreaking scientific research that had a major and profound transformational impact on the field of high-temperature superconducting materials. Zinfar Ismagilov, Russia, for his contribution to the field of carbon chemistry, chemistry of carbon materials and heterogeneous catalysis. Leo Lawrence, Germany, for contribution in multiple ways and directions to this engineering discipline, and significantly directed power electronics towards a leading technology for energy efficiency and in consequence to a sustainable CO2 reduction, helping to limit the global warming. Xi Jinping, China, for fundamental research and exploration of oil and gas with focus on hydrocarbon accumulation mechanism, hybrid hydrocarbon generation from organic-inorganic interaction, evaluation method of oil and gas resources, deep marine carbonate sequence, oil and gas, marine shale gas, China-Russia crude oil pipeline.
This is the list that we got. Slightly later, I will explain you why we are reading this short list. These are young voices. It's a certain separate intrigue. But I would like to remind you that as far as this concrete nomination is concerned, last week during the plenary session of in Vladivostok, your humble servant, in the presence of President of Russia, Kazakhstan and Mongolia, and Prime Ministers of India and Thailand, and Chairman of the China, give the name of this person.
I can be reprimanded a little from Global Energy members right now. They're all here. Rosetti, Gazprom, I can't see Surgutneftegas, though I think they're probably here as well. Rushydro became our partner this year also. Now, next week there will be the laureates announcement, and within this year we tripled the amount of candidates. We had 12 countries, we now have 36. There were 39 applications, now there are 106. When we scaled this up, we got the opportunity to see the tendencies and learn more insights. Although the announcement, as I said, will be only next week in Kazan, I am going to risk and name a person who won the conventional energy nomination. He's Zinfer Ismagilov, a Russian scientist. In fact, he's the first Russian laureate in many years, and he's working with coal.
Now I have
the possibility to get connected with Zinfer Ismagilov. Can you hear us? Yes. I would like to say to Rustam Nurgalevich, to dear colleagues, today's award is a great honor for me because we had to compete with honorary scientists. I would like also to give my gratitude to my teacher who invited me as a student in 1998 and gave me the way to the science. Thank you very much to our teams at the Institute of Catalyst and of Chemistry for the great contribution to our common business, and for foreign colleagues in China, Italy, the US, Holland, Saudi Arabia, with whom we carried out joint researches and projects. We have done a lot and we have plans for doing more. Thank you so much to the Republic of Tatarstan, which hosts us today, which is the largest world center in the development of advanced technologies and petrochemicals and oil production, and the leader of low-carbon energy. I would like to tell you that only in one enterprise in Bavli, in the recent years, we have processed 7,000 tons of carbohydrates, and we prevented the emission of 7,000 tons of sulfuric acid into the atmosphere. Thank you again. Congratulations. I'd like to remind one detail about plenary session of the East Economic Forum in Vladivostok. We're continuing our discussion about energy. We started discussing hydrogen, and it can be of different color. It can be green with hydrolysis. It can be blue on the basis of the natural gas and of other colors. And a member of our international committee, which has become a member of just recently. Dmitry Bessarabov is a big specialist in hydrogen. So which color of hydrogen do you like better? Thank you very much, Sergey, for your question. I think that we will taste differ, you know. Hydrogen is the carrier of energy, and energy must be a lot and in abundance. That's why hydrogen is moving in the vector of necessity, of strategic vector, ecological vector. So I like this kind of hydrogen. Hydrogen in the future must be a tool of integration of different sectors of economy so that we can decrease the carbon footprint. And when we have this hydrogen, everybody will like it. But honestly speaking, I like yellow hydrogen. What is it? Yellow hydrogen is related to nuclear energy. Yes, you have your supporters here. That's what the global energy is for, to look at everything. Because I would like to explain you, besides Mr. Chung from South Korea, who is the chairman of our international commission, we have another person who is also the member of the committee. It is an Englishman, Rodney Allam, which recently addressed a targeted audience of students of Gazprom. Let's look what did he say to Russian citizens about this?
What will the future turn out to be? Russia is a world leader in energy production using fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas, also nuclear and hydroelectric power, and increasingly wind and solar energy. The future of world energy supply and demand is being hotly debated worldwide. Most people at last realize that man-made CO2 emissions are the cause of global warming.
At the same time, I must explain that it was Rodney Allam, and it was given in our annual report, is the author of the concept of the catching of CO2 and pumping it into the oil layers. Rustam Margalevich, have you considered this technology?
Yes, we have discussed this topic and we experimented as well. We have here Director General of Tatneft company. He's present here. Unfortunately, the expenses for pumping in, it gave us, well, the same amount. Well, it's very energy consuming, so we need to find other formats or improve this one. We are examining this aspect, how we can resolve this task. Okay, the more interesting that will be for the next steps and then the search being done in the non-traditional energy. Let's have a look who is in the short list on the nomination of the non-conventional
energy nomination. Suleiman Elahvadiev, Russia, for an outstanding contribution to the development of alternative energy, phenomenal scientific achievements in the design of artificial photosynthesis systems for alternative energy, a cycle of scientific works in the field of bioenergy and hydrogen energy, for the promotion and development of efficiency and environmental safety of energy sources on Earth in the interest of all mankind. Artur Ragauskas, USA, for his educational excellence that resulted in technical leaders who are able to and who are implementing the change to renewable energies based on non-food biomass. Turhan Veziroglu, USA, for outstanding contribution to the fundamental research and development of the concept of hydrogen energy and economy, which contributed to the development of this industry in the countries of the world. Jean-Lin Won, USA, for invention of triboelectric nanogenerators for self-powered sensors, Internet of Things, robotics, artificial intelligence and large-scale blue energy harvesting. Ib Chalkendorf, Denmark, forgiving the fundamental aspects of important catalytic processes like steam reforming, methanol synthesis and ammonia synthesis have been in focus both with respect to understanding existing systems but also to design new and improved catalytic systems.
Well, that is the short list on non-conventional energy, and I now give the envelope with the name of the winner to Mr. President for him to announce. And the winner is Suleiman Alakhverdiyev. I think that we are already in contact with him. Thank you for the recognition of my achievements in the alternative energy, because this is based on artificial systems that generate hydrogen. For more than 40 years, I studied the photosynthesis, so the structure, functions, and mechanism and energy of the natural photosynthesis. And on the basis of the fundamental knowledge that I have from it, I use it to create artificial devices to generate molecular hydrogen, photons and electrons that are produced because of the solar energy. I'd like to say that we all know that all of the known energy sources, traditional and the fossil fuels, and the alternative energy sources, they harm severely the ecology. They decrease the life conditions and decrease. The only correct solution of the energy problems must become the development of the nature-like artificial systems based on the unique natural complex, the photosystem 2, which, through the energy of sun and water, will provide us the eternal energy source in the form of the molecular hydrogen. That's how the humanity will have cheap energy for forever. Thank you so much. Thank you, and we do congratulate you on that. Despite the pandemic, we were able to bring our laureates and to read the lectures. Sometimes they were present personally, sometimes they were present throughout Zoom, but I can promise that during his visit, Marta and Dmitry will read the lecture in front of the students of the Kazan Federal University. We will continue this practice in Russia and worldwide, and we are running the international activities worldwide, and we are coming to the another nomination, New Ways of Energy Application. Let's have a look who is there.
New Ways of Energy Application nomination. Yi Chui, USA, for exceptional contributions in nanomaterials design, synthesis and characterization for energy and the environment, particularly from transformational innovations in battery science and technology. Ruzhu Wang, China, for the widest innovation, application and commercialization of various highly efficient heat pumps and wise use of low-grade thermal energy for heating and cooling. Mikhail Protechensky, Russia, for the development of the scientific basis for the synthesis of single-walled carbon nanotubes, industrial implementation of their synthesis, their introduction into various materials, including application in the electrochemical power sources, increasing energy efficiency of many materials, and reducing the technological pressure on the planet's climate. Reinhard Rademacher, USA, for his leadership in design innovation of vapor compression system to improve energy efficiency and sustainability, His work on alternative refrigerants and non-vapor compression cooling technologies and design of cooling, heating, and power systems for buildings. Omar Yagi, USA, for his pioneering work on ultra-high hydrogen and methane storage, carbon dioxide capture and conversion, and atmospheric water harvesting using framework materials.
Okay, that's how the short list looked, and now I'd like to outline that we have a very significant competition. Here, 6 rounds have been performed by the International Committee before they have selected the laureates. And I now give the floor to Marta Bonifer, so she will tell us who is the winner.
Thank you very much, Sergei. Indeed, it was a very difficult discussion. And the winner of the laureate of this category is Yi Chui.
Is there any chance whatsoever that we could actually establish a video link with him? Yes, there is.
Thank you so much. This is very exciting. I would like to thank the selection committee to recognize me in this category of Global Energy Prize. I would like to thank my nominators and thank my students working with me, my colleagues, and also my mentors who has helping to develop me to this stage. I work on energy storage as one of the focus to really try to store energy to enable electrical transportation and also to enable renewable storage into the electrical grid. For the electrical transportation, I have been developing nanomaterials that can store a lot more electrons, a lot more lithium ions, which can double or even triple the energy you store for a given weight of the battery size. That will help extend the range of the electric car, to the very long distance, also help reducing the cost. For storing electricity, integrating solar and wind into the electrical grid, I've been working on a variety of new chemistry that could have very low cost, very long lifetime, for example, 30 years, more than 30,000 cycles of charging and discharging. And for example, nickel hydrogen gas batteries, I reinvented recently and showing this promise. And with the new type of energy storage technology, I hope our research can really enable the global energy transformation to a really clean way and a sustainable way. Well, at the end, let me thank the Global Energy Prize again, and also the selection committee. Thank you very much for your selection.
We
congratulate all of our laureates and we congratulate members of our association. This is Gazprom, Surgutneftegas, we thank the International Award Committee and all our guests and certainly our good friends in Hospital of Tatarstan Investment Development Agency, TAT Media, TNV. Before we complete our ceremony, two important announcements. Well, at the beginning of broadcast, I was saying that we have a lack of representatives and lack of participants of the conference from the Latin America.
And the Eurasian countries are slightly lagging behind. What is the way out? Maybe in the representatives of the Latin Africa. And now we are broadcasting not only in the UN television, but also the South America.
Last month, we signed a cooperation agreement with the Intergovernmental Latin American Energy Organization located in Quito, Ecuador. We and its Executive Secretary, Alfonso Blanco, believe that our next cycle will see more nominees from that region. Alfonso, we have just signed this agreement, which I think is wonderful, but some people will say it's an exaggeration for Latin American scientists to participate in the nomination process for a prize in which Nobel Prize winners participate. Now, I personally do not think it's an exaggeration. In fact, that's the way we should do things.
I think there is enough space and knowledge generated throughout our region in multiple areas, where substantial progress has been made. A lot of very valuable knowledge of international importance has been developed. We have the potential to compete in the international area. I don't think this is an exaggeration at all.
Secondly, as part of the agreement which the association signed this summer with Peter the Great St. Petersburg Polytechnic University, we have agreed that from now on the university will publish the Global Energy magazine. Hopefully, it will become a good platform for those who need more publications all over the world. And it is not only for students, but also for young employees winning corporate competitions held by our member companies that we started organizing international trainings to help them learn how to properly present themselves on an international platform. That is why we had young voices speaking today.
Thirdly,
during the next Russian Energy Week to be held in Moscow, we will present a new report that we prepared in cooperation with the Eurasian Development Bank in the development of energy. And again, we are going to have a separate section for young people. And hopefully, there will be the award-giving ceremony will be held for the laureates announced today. So see you then.